as an agency or as a unit or whatever you want to call it. And you got to have some passion and some concern for your coworkers, not just because they're humans, but they're these people that you rely on, and you know for a fact, Mike, that at any time they give their life up for you just as easily as we would for them.
Absolutely.
And it's just I don't know if it's a spiritual thing or what, Mike, but it's amazing knowing that that's the type of units that we grow into, just like in the military. Mike, you and I were both military, and same situation. We know at any time we could go, and we would be gladly do something to help our brothers at any time. So a lot of people, civilians, don't realize that police officers and fire departments or what have you are like that, and which infuriates me when all these attacks on officers and killing on officers are going on. It just tears my heart out.
Yeah, absolutely. I know the feeling. I can't even look at that stuff on social media and stuff anymore because it has it's hard for me to watch. It's hard for me to look at. And I've gotten to the point, I hate to say it, but I just keep scrolling. It affects me that much. I just have to continue to pray that God protects us, protects my brothers and sisters, because like you said, it's kind of scary the way things are today with all the attacks. And, we used to be able to sit in a parking lot and, work on a report or something without having to worry about being ambushed and stuff like that. And it seems like that has changed. Yeah.
And I won't go into politics or anything like that, but it's sad that that's the state of what we have to live and work with now is that situation that we're in, and which I don't like whatsoever.
Yeah. With that being said, man, do you feel like you were prepared training-wise for an incident like that? Are we ever really prepared for something as severe as what you experienced? Even with all of the training?
Right. Here's one thing, Mike, and I learned this, that you have to train like you're going to fight, or fight like you're going to train, like you trained. And that is 100% true. Your body, and I know this from firsthand, my body, I think, failed me during the attack. And I'll tell you why. I think it dumped so much adrenaline into my system that it created a severe case of tunnel vision. And that's why I get those flashbacks or pictures or what have you of the incident. The moment I was on my back and they were kicking me in the head and I drew my weapon and fired. I mean, what do you do when you fire? You aim your handgun you aim at something that you intend on shooting. My training somewhere along the line, and I was at SWAT in Franklin. We learned or we trained at some point doing something similar. We shot from our back while laying on our back, and I think that shooting from my hip or from laying down was something that we trained in, and it was instinctual reaction to that beating that I was sustaining. I think that it's very important to stay in shape, and like I said, God had me prepared, and I had been, and I was prepared physically for that fight. However, the mental portion of it, I don't think I was ready for, because the adrenaline, and I don't know how to control that, Mike. I don't know if there's a way to control your adrenaline during a severe incident of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think there is. Yeah, I don't think there is. And I could be wrong, but I don't think there is. And it's funny, too, the perspectives, because, you mentioned, you said you feel like your body failed you or whatever during that incident. Right. But when you were telling your story, I was sitting here thinking, holy crap. Danny was able to get 2 strikes in. Dude is standing there pounding him in the head. He's still able to get 2 strikes in. And while he was on his back being kicked in the head severely, he was able to, draw. To me, that was just freaking amazing, man. I was thinking, holy crap, he was able to do that, because I thought that was awesome that you were able to actually do those 2 palm strikes when you were on your hands and knees and he was kind of standing over you, punching you in the head.
Right.
And then when you said that you were kind of flipped over on your back and one brother was standing there kicking you, in the head, and you said that you drew your weapon, I was like, holy crap, that's awesome that you were able to do that. Think about that for a second.
Mm-hmm.
However long that was into the attack, I think that's pretty amazing.
Well,
you said that you felt like your body failed you. I think that if you weren't in the shape that you were in and in the mindset that you were in, you still had that survival instinct.
Yes. Yeah.
To work, even though you probably weren't sitting, thinking, okay, what am I going to do now? Let's see, he's kicking me in the head. What can I do? No, you just did it.
It was automatic.
Because
it was the investigators who investigated the incident from Florida Department of Law Enforcement. They told me that I shot too late. I should have taken a shot a lot earlier, a lot sooner during the incident, during the attack. Now they reviewed the entire thing, and you know how that goes. They had aerial shots of the location and what have you. So there, in hindsight, like you're like Monday Night Quarterbacking. They took apart the whole incident from their interviews and were giving their perspective into the incident, and they told me I shot too late. I should have taken a shot, or at least a lot sooner than what I did. And again, we don't know in that time frame where I did shoot, because it was a 3-minute incident, and if you think about it, that's a 3-minute round of a fight, Mike. If you think about it, if you're a boxer, and you're there for 3 minutes fighting. That's the time frame. In that area of time frame is where I shot, and the investigators were the ones who told me I shot too late. I should have shot a lot sooner. But then again, in the back of your mind, and I don't think it was there. I can't for 100% say that it was there. But you're worried about getting sued. You're worried about how this is going to look in the media. Back then, it wasn't that bad, but I can't imagine what officers nowadays are going through when people are there with cell phones videotaping you getting attacked, and instead of helping you, they're there videotaping you. I don't know what it's like, what these officers, brothers and sisters of mine, have to go through today. It's sickening. It's bad that you can't do your job without having to worry about how this is going to look in the court, how this is going to look on the news tonight, how is this going to affect my life or my department, who's going to sue me, who's going to sue them. It's sad. And I hate that I'm no longer a cop, but when I think about it, sometimes I'm like, I think I got out just at the right time.
Yeah. And look at it this way too. You were given the opportunity to work those 19 years at doing something that you love, and you were able to meet a lot of brothers and sisters throughout that process, both in Tennessee and in Florida.
Yes.
You still have a lot. Think about it. There, you have so many people, brothers and sisters in blue, that still support you and care about you from up here all the way down there, man.
Yeah.
Because that's how we are as a brotherhood.
Yes. I still keep in touch with some of the guys from Franklin, actually, and I still keep in touch with military buddies. That's the other world that's still there for me. Is besides the law enforcement community, I still have military buddies that I keep in touch with, And it is a brotherhood. I mean, I could meet you tomorrow. I haven't seen you in years, Mike. I don't even know how long.
Yeah,
And we could pick up right where we left off. That's what's so amazing about the
exactly.
brotherhood that you build in the military and in law enforcement communities.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I was, today, before we started talking, I was trying to remember the year that I came down there for that. It was a narcotics supervisors class down there, and I came to your place. We hung out. I don't remember when that was, but it's been quite a while ago, hadn't it?
I think it was 99, 2000, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think it was too. Yeah. That's a long time ago, man.
Yeah. And like I said, we could meet each other tomorrow. We'd pick up right where we left off. I'd take you to get seafood, and we could start talking just like we were, seeing each other yesterday or something.
I know. That sounds good. I'm actually hungry right now. Well, man, I really appreciate you sharing your story. I think that that's awesome. Not the story itself, because, yeah, that sucks. It changed your life forever. But you being able to share that and your willingness to share it is amazing, brother. And I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, Mike. Anything to help you out.
That brings us to the end of this episode with Danny Aloy, who shared his story of a horrible attack that happened down in Florida where he was working. Do me a favor. If you listen to this and it touched you and it helped you to realize that you may be suffering from PTSD, take his advice. Start small. Reach out to someone that you feel like you can trust. Talk to them about it. Maybe they can offer you some help. Get yourself some help because you deserve it. And also, share this episode with people that you think that it may help. Share it with your fellow officers, with your friends, and let them hear this story, because the more people that hears this story, maybe the more people it will help. Thanks again for tuning in. This is Michael Simpkins with the Police Instructors Podcast.
That's all for this episode of Police Instructors Podcast. Be sure to visit onlinepoliceinstructors.com to get access to all of our episodes. While you're there, sign up to get notified when new episodes are available and get access to our free video series where we show you what it takes to move your training to the internet. Learn to leverage the power and flexibility of the internet and move your training online in a way that facilitates learning retention here on the Police Instructor Podcast.